following each other. He had taken down his Twitter page, according to some reports, but I saw it today. So his Twitter is back, but it doesn't appear that they are following each other. Okay. Which, in 2023, that does mean something. So let me, so Essence put something up today, which I thought was really interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's talk about. I don't know if any of you have seen this. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. Shirley have some street in her. Let me find it. Girl, we gonna find out. It's gonna come out. Okay, it's gonna come out slowly but surely. It's gonna come out, right? If so, where was Shirley during that period? She was married to Ernesto then. So it's gonna have to. Shirley definitely has some explaining to do, or Shirley needs to go ahead, let this contract ride out, and go ahead and live her merry way outside this public eye. But as we know, if you're going to be in this public eye, the public is going to ask some questions, right, Ashanti? I don't fully disagree with. So yeah, let's jump topics, right? So I don't disagree with what he said. I disagree with how he said it. I don't agree. Okay, let me make sure I phrase that properly. I don't necessarily agree with what he said. I definitely don't agree with how he said it. If Sir is conservative, and I'm not talking about his politics, I'm just talking about him as a man, and he wants his woman to be dressed a certain type of way or only dressed a certain type of way around him, then I think that a woman should know that. And specifically, his woman should have known that prior to this evening. Okay. That the evening that in question. Okay. Let's look at this real quick and then we're going to break it down. Okay. So Essence posted this kind of open letter to Keke Palmer. You are a woman of undeniable talent, and witnessing your growth has truly been a rewarding experience. Keke does have a effervescence about her. She does. She's very much like spring, you know what I mean? She's like a breath of fresh air. She seems to be happy all the time. And we've seen her go through her struggles. We've seen her get drugged by men. We have seen her be clowned, all of those things. If you haven't, it happened, right? But Keke has definitely taken a licking and keep on ticking. And she rolls with it, right? And that's one of the things I really do like about her. And I do remember seeing Aquila in the Bee when it first came out and just watching her grow up. Forget about watching her growth, just watching her grow up to be the woman that she is now. It's pretty incredible, right? And she does have such an effervescence about her, right? Like popping a bottle of champagne, right? She's just very kind of bubbly, right? If there was a person that personifies, it's not to say that she's perfect or any of those things. She just brings a certain energy that I think a lot of people like. When you search her name, she's trending always. Okay. It's almost like not so much Young Miami, but Diddy and that energy he gets from Young Miami. Keke has very much a energy. So she got hooked up with this guy. There's a story behind that too. And maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow, the story of this guy. He has a more we'll get into that, okay? But let's stick with the topic, which is the relationship, and then we'll get into, the couple aspect. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. You are a woman of undeniable talent, and witnessing your growth has truly been a rewarding experience. Nothing has been more enjoyable than watching you become a mother. This is whomever, maybe this is the editor of Essence. I'm not sure who writes these captions. That new mom glow looks good on you. That new mom body looks good on you. That big boss energy looks good on you. Every time you step onto the scene, the math adds up to 8. This is your year, and you are taking it unapologetically as you should. In case anyone forgets, baby, this always has been and always will be Keke Palmer. We love you. Hashtag Essence. Okay. Very sweet, right? So they posted this little kind of pictorial, which was quite interesting. I forget what the music is that goes with this, but let's. It definitely could be something copyright. Let's wait. Let me go back because I want to catch the whole. Okay, so Kiki Palmer's boyfriend tried to publicly embarrass her and ended up embarrassing himself. Toxic masculinity. His choice to shame her on social media over her outfit at a time she's embracing her postpartum body reckoned with toxic masculinity. The Serenade. For context, Palmer, 29, recently went to Usher's residency in Las Vegas with her girls and wore a black sheer Givenchy dress. Okay, postpartum glow. It's important to note that the mom of one has been glowing in a big way since giving birth to her son, Leotis, in February. Okay, so this was the initial tweet. Um, So I guess someone put on here radar, excuse me, so R&B radar, Usher serenades Kiki Palmer. He retweets, it's the outfit though, you a mom. Okay. Displeased Darius thought Twitter was a great outlet to vent his displeasure. The mother. Some social media commentators thought Jackson was just fooling around as Palmer has been jokingly saying she's a mother in her recent interviews. So, okay, so doubling down, Leotis's father apparently wasn't playing though. And then here's the other tweet that was, we live in a generation where of a man of the family where the man of the family doesn't want his wife. Sir's not his wife unless Kiki wants to correct us that that is not her husband, and mother to his kids to showcase her booty cheeks to please others. We don't know that she was pleasing others as much as she was pleasing herself. Maybe like we talked about this could have been a dress that she was gifted or paid to wear. We don't know what the situation was, but when he threw in this to please others and gets told how much of a hater he is, um, because that's something you could, don't you have her cell phone number? Like I just saw you in my timeline, they're reposting you and all I'm seeing are my cakes on Front Street or your cakes on Front Street and I'm home changing diapers. Um anyway, this is my family, my representation. I have standards and morals. If Sir had standards and morals, he would not have impregnated this woman, not wifed her up, and not did what it took for him to maybe have, I don't want to say a little bit more say, but even some influence over her thoughts in terms of, you know what, maybe my husband wouldn't like that because when you are married, sometimes you do things out of, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, or that's probably not a good look for me. Um, or maybe my husband wouldn't like that. I don't know. But, if you had standards and morals, your standard should have been to wife up this lady who gave you a son, or maybe not to be stroking her down with no protection to get her pregnant before you wife her up. Like him saying he has standards and morals to me is bullshit based on the fact that you were stroking her down, got her pregnant. She's got your baby. Y'all had this baby in February, and you're over here calling her a wife. She's not your wife, sir. They don't mind you wearing an outfit for them, but definitely going out with your girls is a different story. I think that's what all men think. We wear an outfit for them, makeup, comb hair. That's what they like to think. Oftentimes we're putting on outfits because we like the way we feel, right? If you're putting on something for your man, oftentimes it's like okay, let me just go ahead and put this on. You know what I mean? Like in the bedroom, right? I would say, if anything, it's more in the bedroom, not necessarily if we're going out for a special occasion and I'm wearing that dress that I know my husband loves, doesn't necessarily mean like it's extra, it's a flourish ass dress. It might just be his favorite color. Who knows? What you do in the house and out the house are two different things. But the fact of him talking about some damn standards and morals, sir, that's in question when you've got this woman. You If you value her like a diamond, then you shouldn't have her on these streets out here without your gold band on her finger and her knowing that her last name is yours. And she may have thought twice about maybe even the undergarment. Maybe it would have been some hot pants under the dress. I don't know. Maybe her butt would have been completely covered. Who knows? But we'll never know. Okay, let's keep going. So this is, I don't agree with everything that Essence said, but this is, so number one, they felt, he was exercising some toxic masculinity. Number one, he was policing motherhood, using motherhood to shame a woman because you don't like her outfit choices is crazy, considering the number of loud and visible conversations around body positivity, postpartum depression, and negative body image postpartum that have been had. Look, just as much, and I'm going to say it like this, just as much as we can use reasons to support, reasons to negate can also be used. We might not appreciate them, but at the end of the day, him saying, well, you're a mother, that doesn't really mean anything. The fact that KEKE was saying, I'm a mother, so it was giving her permission to feel and want to do certain things, I think is beautiful, because sometimes we do graduate, like we feel our promotions in life, right? Maybe somebody who has now graduated from college may feel a little more mature, may feel a little older. Maybe when you have really fallen in love, maybe when you have given up your virginity, there are certain times in your life where you just feel different, right? So policing motherhood for a man, for the man in your life to use that as a reason to not, but we use it for a reason to. I mean, I don't know. It's six of one, half a dozen of another. At the end of the day, he didn't have any right to say, well, you're a mom, like there's inappropriate mom outfits. And yes, there are some inappropriate mom outfits, but it's, you're a dad and you're a boyfriend or you're a mate. um you, how about you should know how to ring a cell phone and know how to send a text rather than getting on Twitter and being all public about it. Hey LC, what's going on? Hey to everyone. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me. So number one, they said his toxic masculinity was displayed, number one, through trying to police her motherhood, which I get it, and I do think he was very much wrong for that. But we have to also expect, just as much as we're going to use motherhood as a reason to, people will throw it in your face as motherhood as a reason to not. Hopefully, you guys are following me on that. It's not justified, but just remember that when we, in theory, weaponize something to give us permission, people will also weaponize it to take your permission away, right? Okay. The public shaming. Now, he was wrong for doing that. He should never have. I don't agree with that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be on Front Street right now talking about something. I don't know these people. I don't have cell phone numbers. They don't know me. We didn't go to school together. They probably don't even care what I think. You know what I'm saying? Public shaming, I get it. That's social media. These two are of a certain age where they're living out a lot of their life on social media. And social media can put you together, and social media can also take you down, break up your relationships, all of that. Trying to use the internet to shame a woman into submission in 2023 is a losing battle and a recipe for dragging. It's also a recipe to be single, because if they broke up over this, it's over. He was dumb to have done it, but they also shouldn't have had their relationship, their parenthood, their status. They shouldn't have felt so comfortable, he specifically in this situation, to have played this out on the internet, right? Trying to use the internet to shame a woman into submission in 2023 is a losing battle and a recipe for dragging, especially a woman as confident and established as Keke Palmer. Let's just say this and period, right? Specifically, this is about Keke, but just in general, it's not a good way, right? Asserting manhood, trying to use humiliation as a tool to assert your manhood and leadership as the head of the household is pretty lame. But what does he have? This man is not independently wealthy. As far as we know, he doesn't own any companies. Sir has this lady who is well off. She does well for herself. She makes money, and she has his baby. That's his wealth. That's his wealth right now. Okay. So he was asserting his manhood because he doesn't have any other power over her. He can't come through and be like perfect example, Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade. When Dwayne Wade asserted his toxic masculinity, his manhood of his wallet over Gabrielle, what did Gabrielle do? She was like, not so fast. She asserted her male energy that because Gabrielle Union does foot forward with some male energy. She's like, well, we're gonna be roommates. We're half on everything. Okay. Sir, see, this is the problem when you're with a man who does not do as well as you or doesn't have what you have. Not saying that has to be the recipe all the time, but clearly he's got some low self esteem. He's bothered by Kiki's power and prowess and bank account potentially. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're a public figure and you're out and about, you're working. Whether she was at the Usher concert working or not, this dress that she has on is now probably selling like hotcakes. The designer's name is all over the place. Usher's residency, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure this didn't hurt his concerts sales at all. Um, Sis is working. All of this big boss talk over here, there's a whole thing that she's doing around some sort of big boss series and things. Okay. Look, sis is working. Make no mistake, if she wanted some publicity, she couldn't have paid for the amount of publicity that she's getting right now based on all of this. And the reason why he looks lame is because unfortunately he has rendered himself lame because he is with a woman who makes more, has more, does more, and he has now been kind of put in his place by the internet. And Keke may not have a problem with who he is and what he brings to the table, but the internet sees that this is not a relationship of equals and that he needs to sit his ass down. That's what the internet told him for her. That might not be how she feels, but that's how the internet feels about him. And the internet told him to have a seat. Okay. Because his leadership is questionable of what he can do and what he does for the family. That's why he got put in his place. You see what I'm saying? So asserting his manhood as a way to humiliate her, yeah, it ended up backfiring on him. Okay, because nobody's really here for a woman being humiliated in such a manner. And the fact of him talking about something so personal, which was her clothing on her body, he could have had that conversation with her. This isn't someone who doesn't know her. This isn't some radio show person talking about her. This is her man who could have called her on her phone and said something, right? And shut it down. But he went to Twitter and caused this mess. So, postpartum depression, of which I don't know if this woman has any postpartum depression or not, but postpartum depression disproportionately affects Black women. The risk is 1.6 times higher for Black women than white women. We don't know that that's a situation for Keke, but in any case, interesting stat. Thank you, Essence, for sharing that with us. But she seems to be feeling good about herself at this moment. Additionally, a 2022 study found that 68.8% of women are dissatisfied with their current body weight and figure after giving birth. Clearly, that's not the case here, but I don't know. We don't know how KEKE feels about anything, but at the end of the day, why they felt like they had to introduce these stats to the situation. I mean, I guess that's just on them. But in any case, that's what they decided to do. I just dropped the link if anybody wants to call in, because we're getting close to the end of this. But I wanted to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys have anything else to say, please, drop it in the chat or. Um, Okay, so I missed that last one. The baddie and mom, woman who is sexy before and after having. All right, we'll come back to it. Healthy communication. Just one second, guys. Okay, so and emotionally intelligent men use healthy communication, respect, and self-reflection to lead their households. Mr. Jackson. So this was directed. This was definitely directed at him. Okay, so let's go. Let's just run it back real quick, and then we can just watch through it and get to that last slide that we missed. But I don't know if any of you guys have any. Let's see. He's not her man, according to KEKE. He's her baby father. Okay, well, okay. I don't understand why people care so much about what he does. I don't know if anyone cares so much about what he does. I think they care so much about what he did, and they're using his their impression of what he does in terms of business, financial status as a benchmark. Okay. Because let me tell you something, we do this all the time. Do we really care about what Hips does for a living as far as who he is in the household over at Jasmine's? No. But it does, it's part of the judgment, it's part of the measuring stick. So when you see a successful woman and you see a man who's not measuring up to what she does, yeah, people are going to use that. So it's not that we really care. Who cares? Like we don't. I barely knew his last name. I don't even care as far as how he makes his money or lack thereof. But at the end of the day, the court of public opinion is going to use that to invalidate him based on, yeah, he's not good enough for you, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like you're too good for him, sis. Look at him. You could do so much better. That's how they're going to hold him up at that. Nobody cares about him. They feel like she deserves better. And that's, you know what I mean? That's it. Definitely he should have talked to her private. Like at the end of the day, if he really had a problem, I mean, to me, her dress wasn't so bad. I've seen worse. I've seen the whole sheer dress kind of trend that's going on right now. At the end of the day, girl, did we not see worse than that at the award shows not too long? I mean, there were people who legit were naked. She had on basically like a bathing suit. He should have kept his mouth shut. Okay. It was to me, I would say I don't have a problem with people dressing ultra sexy, but at the end of the day, me personally, I didn't find anything wrong with her dress. It looked nice on her. She was covered, appropriately. The bootay is very well celebrated out here, and people want to show off their hard work, their squats, their this, that, and the other thing. They don't mind letting people see it. There is more that she could have shown that she did not show, and literally a couple of months ago, people were basically bucket naked out here on these red carpets. So compared to what she had on, girl, she was fully dressed. Okay. I felt like she was fine. She looked just fine. It was very appropriate. It's Vegas. It's a show. She was having a good time. I didn't see anything wrong with it personally. Um but I'm also not her man, right? But he shared pics that exposed her body more. Well, he shared pics of his lady on his social media. She was so back to someone saying the other day, it was the embrace, it was the serenade. He might have been feeling some type of way that this grown 40-year-old man is at his show at whatever hotel he's at, the Caesar's Palace. I don't know where he's performing, but wherever he's doing his residency, Usher in his 40s, who she was oogling and ogling over initially, um, was holding his lady in a dress that maybe he hadn't seen and felt some type of way. So I don't know. It could have been a combination of things. And like I said yesterday, homie was at the house with the baby, changing diapers and making bottles. Okay. And here's sis over there enjoying herself and not with him and feeling some type of way. So I think it could have been a combination of many different things. Isn't his brother a tall, light skinned dude? That was on Insecure. I think his brother is some sort of an actor, and I want to say that that's how they met. I need to refresh my memory on that story, but I saw something about him not long ago, and he is definitely he met her on some, brother of somebody who is an actor. Yes, and he looked up. Um, Yes. She was fangirling at the Usher concert, and the dress and what she had on became the collateral damage. Yes. Um, so and he got drugged. Like, sir, like you should be lucky. You know what I'm saying? When she posted that a couple of days ago, I mean, when I saw that, I just was like, I had reposted that her in her denim ensemble looking very cute, her jeans fitting absolutely just right. I mean, if I've never seen a more perfectly fitting pair of jeans, her whole outfit was fitted to perfection, and it was super cute. It was a very cute reel, and she was giving energy, and she's just a happy person. And to take that moment, unfortunately, like, we don't know how she felt. She could be fine right now, but at the end of the day, um he if you have somebody in your camp, let's just talk about it from this perspective. If you have someone in your camp that does not mind embarrassing you, it's not cool. It's not cool. If you don't know how to be discreet and handle things in a dignified manner, I don't need you around. If you want to embarrass me, I don't need you around. If you feel if you feel threatened by me, I don't need you around. I don't. So hopefully, for Kiki, if things are good and you're happy and you're with this dude, whatever the case might be, and you're feeling good about what's going on with y'all, hopefully this hasn't had too much of an effect on what the outcome will be or the future of their relationship. But if sis needed to have her eyes open that she got a hater in the mist, then maybe that's what needed to happen, because homie feels a certain type of way, and maybe she needed to understand on how much of a hater he can be, and if he's going to do it once, he's going to do it again, right? Why is he shocked now about her? Because she was over there with Usher. She was with Usher. He was feeling some type of way because she was over there with Usher. Okay, let me see. I know I have it on my oh hold on one second. Let me see. Um, so that's another picture. He didn't have that picture posted, but this is not the first time Kiki's showing off her little cakes. Kiki been showing them cakes off for a minute. Um, okay. And maybe that was the look when she turned around and she turned around and let him have a look. Okay. It's one thing to have something on, but when she turned around and the audience was feeling it, they felt the energy. And Usher gave a look. He was looking, okay? He was looking. Okay? Um Girl, then he would have really been mad, okay? Girl. She had on like a whole girl. That is what some people have on over. That's what some people had on. Damn. Let me tell you something. Yesterday at the pool, a couple of these young bodyguard, not body, lifeguards. One girl had a very high cut lifeguard bathing suit. I mean, you could see her whole, practically her whole behind. Okay, I remember. You know what I mean? Like it was fine, but it's not everyone's doing a full cheek cover. People are not fully covering their cheeks anymore. The cheeks are showing, okay? Whether you're just a little cheeky with it or you're showing off the whole entire cake, that's the style these days, guys. He was messed up big time. Hopefully she shows she follows her gut in this one cuz yeah, he was dead wrong and he's acting like dead weight. He was mad at Usher. Usher. He was mad, okay? He is the type of man who would date beautiful women and get mad because, yeah, or the bigger one. Well, you date a beautiful woman, but you're mad because you got a beautiful woman because people are looking. You know what I'm saying? That's like you got a good looking ass boyfriend and you're mad because you see the women looking at your man. Like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a good looking husband or you got a good looking boyfriend. I'm not going to be surprised if someone says, "Oh my God, friend." Like, I've had people say, "Oh my God, I hope you don't mind me saying da 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 da." No, I don't like, come on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I be mad at that? That's silly. That would be me being insecure, of which I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, girl, it is what it is. You have good looking son, you have a beautiful daughter. Okay, so this is um so here's her showing up and showing out. But again, we don't really know the context. I'm not saying she was being phony by any means, but we don't know if she was paid by Givenchy to wear this dress, if she just happened to be wearing that dress. We don't know. Sis was over the top with it. She was enjoying herself thoroughly. We don't know every time, we don't always know what's going on, right? And for the fact that she might have just been having a good time, she might have just been having a good damn time. Okay. Is there any sound? Okay. Heart attack. And when she turned around and gave him the girl,
Didn't know what you can.
you know what I'm saying? So, girl, it was a mess. It was a whole mess. Let me see. Did I have any other pictures? Um okay. Maybe no. I think those are the only pictures that I had. Um Girl, she had 1.1 million likes. 1,194,000 likes. She had a lot. Okay. I don't think I had any more pictures posted, but in any case, sis, look, people had little sis's back at the end of the day. And if he thought that people were going to be here for the smear of sis, he was wrong.
13th at the Howard Theater talking big boss things. Yes, we are showing the movie and we're having a conversation. And I'm going to be sharing a couple little tips like this. Number one, stay consistent. Consistency is key to any form of success. Number two, believe in yourself. That means be your biggest sponsor. Don't be afraid to spend that money, okay? And number three, give yourself grace because success isn't linear. Can't wait to talk to you guys. See you there. Get your tickets now.
Okay, let's.
Hey guys, it's your girl KEKE, and I'm here to remind you that I'm going to be in DC July 13th at the Howard Theater talking big boss things. Yes, we are showing the movie and we're having a conversation. And I'm going to be sharing a couple little tips like this. Number one, stay consistent. Consistency is key to any form of success. Number two, believe in yourself. That means be your biggest sponsor. Don't be afraid to spend that money, okay? And number three, give yourself grace because success isn't linear. Can't wait to talk to you guys. See you there. Get your tickets now. Hey guys, it's your girl.
Okay, event sold out. It might have been sold out already anyway, but it's definitely sold out now. Okay. Okay. Sold out. Sold out. Okay. KEKE posting this like she didn't accidentally incite war on this app 24 hours ago. Love it. This is KEKE's type of publicity stunt. She said, buy the tickets and we'll talk about it. Okay. Period. Girl, look. At the end of the day, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's just publicity. It's how you want to receive it. And we talk about this every day on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, sis used this for her advantage. Her event is sold out. I'm sure all parties involved are thanking KEKE. We don't know what kind of dozens and dozens and dozens of roses that sis has been sent over this whole incident, and it is what it is, but I'm glad that on face value, it was a situation where people jumped in and had sis's back and weren't here for her man or her boo, her baby father, kind of, taking her down in a way that's negative towards women and mothers. At the end of the day, um, you know, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And even if he is her husband, that doesn't give him the right to do that. But as her man, he did have access to her cell phone. I don't know if he does today, but shoot, he should have handled it the right way, which was in full discretion and as someone who loves someone, not as somebody who wants to drag, because he basically drug her first and then everyone else came through and drug him for her. So the internet basically did her dirty work, okay? Because nobody was here for dragging the good sis KEKE, who doesn't really bother anybody. Um, yeah, when attempting to embarrass someone goes drastically wrong, okay? Yes, he that's it. That's it and that's all. Guys, there's so much other stuff to talk about. If you're new here, you're not subscribed to my other channel, go to my click home on this page, Real Talk Bougie, and subscribe to everything I've got, please. And make sure your notifications are set so when I drop content, you will be notified immediately. If you guys have anything else to share on that matter, go ahead and drop it down into the comments and we will come back and talk about it another time. How did KEKE and Darius meet? We'll talk about that next time we meet up. And or if I can find something on it and put something together very quickly, I will post it up and then we can talk about it. If there's anything else you would like to talk about,